everybody, welcome to my channel. So today I received a Center for Haptic Audio Interaction Research analog waveguide. Honestly, this is a module that a week ago I had no idea I was going to buy. In fact, I don't even think I knew about its existence a week ago. So I've been furiously researching modules recently as I've been getting into modular synthesis. And when I came across this and heard the sound samples, it just triggered something in my brain. I'm not joking. I had such a visceral reaction to hearing the sounds it was making, the overtones and just the clangorous, weird sonic palette that this thing was producing. It just connected with me, and so I just got kind of obsessed with it, started researching more. Saw that it was out of stock on the website. Saw the price and thought to myself, do I really need to spend that much on one module? But the more I listened to all the, very honestly few samples I could find, though, everything just sounded so, I don't know, just drew me in. And so finally, I found one on a secondhand website. Somebody had apparently pre-ordered it, received it, and just decided, no, I don't want it anymore. And so I got it at a pretty good price, considering it's practically brand new. So I just got it today, and I've just been playing with it for a little while. Let's take a look. Like that opening animation screen. So I have this connected to the zero control right now, just very basic. The dynamic envelope coming out into the input and the pitch. And then I've got the X and Y going out separate, left and right. Everything's linked right now, the pitch and the low pass and the feedback. So we're getting a basic kind of bouncy sound. Let's play with some knobs a little bit. Wow. See, this is part of what drew me into this module. Even though a lot of the demos were like playing up this idea of gong sounds and things like that, but it really has this kind of liquid nature to it too. It's like bubbles rising up through, I don't know, liquefied sound waves. I don't know how to explain it, but I love the quality of it. It sounds so organic, and it's sort of real and not real at the same time. Let's de-link some of the things, the feedback maybe, and the low pass. Not sure really exactly what kind of effect that has, but I'm not sure if it's just because I'm triggering into the X. I thought they were supposed to be normal, but it seems like I'm getting more of the effect by adjusting the feedback on the X than the Y. Well, anyway, I'll have to research and play more with that later. Can invert one of them. Slow it down a little bit so we can hear the decay more. I'm going to turn down the strength on the zero control. It gets a bit quiet though, so it's like You really got to find, I think for this module, it's obvious, you really got to find those sweet balance spots where you have a good, ratio of like volume, but not clipping or distorting, feedback without going into, well, I mean, unless you want the feedback to go crazy, you can do that, but so it's going to take some time to really master this thing, I think, but it's going to be worth it. How about, I've got a contour one that you can't see, but I'm going to trigger that as like an envelope. And let's use that to modulate the rotation. Maybe I can turn the pitch up a little bit too. Maybe I can also, I can take these, the time output from the zero control. I don't have the main knob turned up, so I can adjust those without it. I mean, not that you wouldn't want to do that sometimes, but it won't affect the timing of the sequence. Let's link the feedback again and put that into feedback, I guess. Turn some of these up. Try it in the filter instead. Try inverting one of them. Wow. That's cool. Another thing I wanted to try. Yeah, look at that. That's wild. But yeah, that shows again how that feedback, wow, that is insane, the way that just keeps fluctuating. But again, if you don't want that feedback sort of hanging on forever, yeah, you really got to find that balance point. very carefully. Anyway, what I wanted to try also was, let's say, instead of routing this directly in, we could put it into the Collide 4 ping input, and then from the monitor out, send that into the waveguide. Let me just take off this modulation for a minute. Let's take that out too. Low gain to start with. Gonna get a lot of clipping quite easily. There's quite a bassy thud there though. Very easily getting into just complete glitchy noise here. Let's turn that back down. I've also noticed, again, it has this kind of organic nature. Even if I just let it play for a while without touching anything, it doesn't really seem to repeat exactly every time, and sometimes there's these really unusual variations, just transient, weirdness that comes in. I guess if you're the sort of person that really wants to be able to dial in the exact sound and like just have it stay consistent, that might not be such a great thing, but I like it. It just makes me feel like I'm dealing with more of an organism. I'm going to modulate the rotation again. Try to control the gain a little bit here so it's not clipping so much. Of course, the filter frequency makes a big difference too. That's nice. See, like on that one cycle, it didn't, see, it's not clipping every time. Or not as much. I'm not really sure what's going on there. I've got an idea. So let's route the pitch also into Collide 4 so that they're kind of moving in parallel. I think this is going to be a really, really great combination. I kind of went through the same thing with the Collide 4. I discovered it and just started getting kind of fascinated with it. Lucky for me, there's a shop pretty close to where I live where I could go try one out. And so I went, and one day I arrived at like, I don't know, 3 or 4 in the afternoon, and I stayed until they closed at 8. Just playing with it, tweaking things, trying to see what I could get out of it. I slept on it, but I went back the next day. I just had to go back and get it. It also, even though, it has this kind of like scientific veneer, it's also really just a weird module. feedback. I don't know, maybe this is going too far, but maybe I can patch magnitude. It's probably gonna be too noisy, but let's patch out the magnitude from Collide 4 into the Y of the waveguide. Yeah, not so bad. Slow that down a bit so we can. I just love those kind of like, it's like a liquid bell. It's like, or gong or whatever. It's like you're hitting a gong and the metal is simultaneously, you know, like liquefied, but also still able to resonate. I guess that's how I would describe it. And I love it. I just love this sound so much. Changing the decay time on the contour one. Modulating still the rotation. Not feeling like I'm getting a whole lot of effect out of tuning those low pass filters, but I don't know, maybe I'm missing something. I'll have to get back to that. Look at that. I mean, really distinctly different sound just from fiddling a little bit. Just setting this filter center on Collide 4. You've got everything from little like tiny plucks to deep bassy, again like this kind of almost liquid gong sound. I'm really happy so far. I had a lot of trepidation because the module's not cheap, you know, and I just thought, what am I doing? Like, why am I spending this much money when I've already, again, I bought this quite recently too, the Collide 4, and it's not cheap. But just in the first 20 minutes or so playing with this thing, I think I'm completely feel justified. I mean, this is exactly the kind of thing I love about modular synths. And I haven't even begun to explore more sophisticated routings and patches with this thing yet. I mean, like I said, I've just literally had it for a few hours, but I haven't been playing with it the whole time because I had other things to do. Anyway, I think that's enough for now. If you watched this far, I thank you very much for watching. I'm undoubtedly going to be exploring this thing more and making more videos about it, so if you want to see those, you could consider subscribing. I would appreciate that. Either way, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.